A Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, great millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Kaya from GMS Indianapolis, a branch in Indiana. The other two is GMS It Will Not Tarry 2, which that's the Gary camp, original Indiana camp, and GMS Bloomington 444. You know, it's in Bloomington. And I was reading Jeremiah 48, and I got to verse 10, and I just went into this word. So I'll read the scripture. It says, "Cursed be he that doeth the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood." Right? So I looked up the word deceitfully, right? Because we're all called. If you got this knowledge, if you understand this knowledge, then that means you're called. And you work on yourself and you hone yourself in this knowledge in the hopes of being chosen. All right. And matter of fact, I'll grab a scripture real quick. I have my Bible right here, so I'll read it from my Bible. This is Matthew 3 and let me see. 1 second. Matthew 3 and starting at verse. Oh, John. It's John. I'm like, Matthew 3 ain't even got the verse I want. It ended before that. But it's actually John. Pardon me. The book of John, the 3rd chapter, starting at around the 19th verse. We'll get there, Lord willing, today. Okay, John 3 and 19. "And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil." Right, that's why people don't like what we say oftentimes, is because what we tell them contradicts what they like to do. You know, they have pleasure in unrighteousness. "For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved." Yeah, lest they be corrected. You know, if you like to smoke cigarettes, then you're not going to go into a anti-cigarette convention, right? You're going to avoid it. You're going to go the opposite way. So we out there telling you, "Thus saith the Lord." And the reason why you got a problem with it and the reason why you disagree with it is because "thus saith the Lord," the scriptures, the Bible, it contradicts with the lifestyle and with the actions you enjoy and that you want to keep committing. Verse 21, "But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High." Right. So that you can be, you put yourself out there to know if you're doing the right thing or not. All right. Because the truth don't hide. Lies hide. The truth live free. The truth is like a tree. You know, it's just out there in the open. But lies is like something hiding under a rock. It's gonna be exposed, you know? So look at deceitfully. "Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully." Lord willing, that makes sense. You know, I'm doing this lesson raw because I feel like the Spirit is on me to do it. But yeah, that word Ramaya looks like it's Rumya or Ramaya. Laxness, slackness, slackening, deceit, treachery. Yeah, one of the deceit and the treachery going to that John 3. All right. Here it is. You learning this knowledge and you might be advising, but you're not critiquing and tailoring yourself. All right. You still hiding. You still hiding, man. From yourself, damn near. Matter of fact, what is that? Isaiah? Well, I ain't gonna say damn near. I'm gonna say from yourself. Matter of fact, this is Isaiah 58. This is Isaiah 58 and verse, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Isaiah 58 and 7. Let's see what this say in a couple versions real quick. Isaiah 58 and verse 7. I'll read it real quick. It says, "Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him?" And that, see, all of those was analogies for giving our people the truth. This truth is likened unto bread and water. All right. This truth is likened unto clothing. All right. So telling people the truth, our people, is like clothing them and feeding them. All right. Just the second half of that scripture. "And that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh." Yeah, you got to confront yourself and deal with yourself. All right. So let me see what that say in a few other versions. Purge yourself, right? Mortify your members. Share your food with this the NLT. Share your food with the hungry, and give shelter to the homeless. Give clothes to those who need them, and do not hide from relatives who need your help. Nah, that ain't it. I just want to see what else it say for the hide from your own flesh real quick. Right. Right. Flesh and blood, and not hide yourself from your own flesh. All right. Let's see. Conceal. Yeah, you hiding your faults when the scripture says confess your faults to one another. See, thine own flesh as frail or erring man against God. Yeah, erring. You gotta address your errors, man. That's doing the work of the Lord deceitful too. Because look, when you read that Isaiah 58, it tell you got to do that first. Look, I'm going to it. "Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh? Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall be thy reward or rearward." It says guard right there. So that's the condition. That's the clause. That's the contract. You have to do this in the hopes of that, or in the expectation of that. And what is that? The salvation from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, him dealing with you. You know, you got to go about it the way that he said do it. Now, back into Jeremiah, 48 and 10. Let's get that word again. Deceitfully. Right. Laxness, slackness, slackening. Right. You're doing the work of the Lord. Look, it says remissness, deceitful, false, guile, idle, slack, slothful. So the scripture says, what about being idle? Well, this is Proverbs 6 and 9. "How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy want as an armed man." Yeah, you know, people be out there broke, but they got a gun. What they fixing to do? They gonna rob you. They gonna stick up something. They desperate. So basically, it's telling you you're gonna be desperate. You're gonna be in a desperate situation. Okay. Now you don't want to be in a. Now see, that's using that can happen physically. but that can happen spiritually too. You know, with the whole job situation, your work situation, you know, you find yourself not getting up on time, or you pressing the snooze button, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, and then now your ass, oh shit, now you speeding. Come on, we all been there, right? Now you speeding, playing, all right, risking it, running lights, you know. Now you in a desperate situation, you know, which you don't want that to be in the truth. The scripture says you want to having done all to stand in the hopes of being delivered. I mean, is that Ephesians? Right, Ephesians 6:13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the even day, and having done all to stand. So we doing this, we doing the work of the Lord in the hopes that, look, that he gonna defend us. Look what it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I shall keep thee from the hour of temptation. So that's the contract. That's the agreement. If you do this, then I'm gonna do that. You know, what's that? Revelation 3:10. All right. And then you got the example. Oh, I spelled idle wrong. The example there. All right, with the elders, the apostles, the bishops, the different brothers across. You can't even keep up with you used to kind of keep up some years back. You know, you will have your favorites. Then you'll have you have them tiered. You have your top tier, second tier, third tier, fourth tier, you know, whatever. You know how you watch videos, brothers page you keep up with. You can't keep up with nothing now. But that's the example set forth about doing it ain't about just quality either. It's quantity. I mean, pardon me. It ain't about just quantity either, but it's both. It's quantity and quality. Because what happened is, which we all been there before, which it ain't happened to me often. It might have happened to me once or twice, about you had a lesson, an idea for a lesson, and you don't do it, and you don't do it, and you don't do it. Then a brother do it, and then you be like, damn. Or you might have an idea for a lesson, and you don't do it right then and there. You might write the precepts down, because sometimes you could do that. You write the precepts down. You kind of like write a little subtext under it to kind of like help you, you know, and then you put it off for a while, and you'll be like, damn, why did I have these scriptures written down? Where was I going with this? Sometimes you remember, sometimes you don't. But that's why, you know, the scripture says through much experience, wisdom is gained through much experience. You got men that's been walking this walk at later time, you know, at an earlier time than you. So now they experience to tell you things. That's why you hear things like strike when the iron is hot. Which basically what's that saying? Look, when it's on your mind, when it's hot on you, get it out then and there. Sometimes a lesson is better to, you know, sit back, gather the intel, you know, line it up. And other times it's, look, you just got to go in there. You just got to jump in, like taking them cold showers. Sometimes you got to jump in. Yeah, you can warm up a little bit, but sometimes you just jump in there. I mean, when we used to go to the pool, look, you just run in there and jump in there. Anyway, there's a scripture I wanted. Idleness, Sirach 33 and 24. Fodder, a wine, and burdens are for the ass, a donkey, right? And bread, correction, and work for servants. So we all servants. The Lord give us our daily bread, physically and spiritually. He give us our correction, you know, and we got work to do. If thou set thy servant to labor, thou shalt find rest. But if thou let him go idle, he shall seek liberty. Right. And so we ain't to be idle in this thing, because when you idle basically mean you ain't got nothing to do, or you think you ain't got nothing to do. Then you start venturing off and getting into other unnecessary shit and it end up being wicked. It end up being evil. It won't even be evil. It won't. A lot of times it ain't evil within itself, but it's out of time. And it can become evil. It says, a yoke and a collar do bow the neck. So are tortures and torments for an evil servant. Yeah, well, hey, it's in the law how you can deal with your servants. You deal with well, basically that's talking about, being reprimanded. All right. Now you ain't gonna be physically reprimanded here in Great Millstone, unless the Lord do it. We don't get down like that. It says, send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil. Exactly. You can't just be sitting there, all right, without nothing to do. What happens when women sit there without nothing to do oftentimes? It just get to thinking and be thinking wrong. You don't want to be thinking wrong. It says, set to him to work as is fit for him. Yeah, we all got work that's fit to the skills the Lord gave us. We all fitly framed in the body, in the Lord's church that he's building. We hoping we a part of it. So whatever job or whatever office you've been called to do, go hard in it, because whatever it is fit for you. If he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters. See, the scripture is something else, boy. But yeah, I just want to go into that word deceitful, because through the Spirit, I knew it was going to say something. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitful. And I didn't know I thought it was going to go into more trickery and treachery, which it did, but it kind of focused more on the idleness, on the idle aspect, on not doing enough. And you catch yourself, you look at your page and you catch them days in between, and that don't feel good. That don't look good. That don't look good, nor that don't feel good when you go to your page and you see those gaps. All right, just being honest. It ain't a thing of being vain. It's just like, this. You are your work to an extent. If you catch my drift, you are your work. Like you hire somebody to fix something, and they're known for good quality work, and you're like, oh no, this was a good buddy. I work for a good buddy home service. And, that was one of his mottos, older Jake. He used to say, we only want to come here once, meaning basically you do the job right the first time, so you don't come back. So just so you're known for good quality work. But anyway, I don't want to ramble. Like I said, if I didn't say it, Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying to the hopeful elect. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakodash, Shalom.